Hi, my name is Nia Thomas. I'm a member of Northampton Friends Meeting in Western Massachusetts, and I serve Friends across New England as part of New England Yearly Meeting staff. I'm making this little video today, even though it's a little bit embarrassing for me, because I'm really excited to tell you about an opportunity coming up that I think a number of you will be interested in. So starting this January, we'll be offering a multi-age inclusion hybrid webinar series. That's a lot of words and a strange combination of them, so let me unpack what I mean. So by multi-age inclusion, I mean the ways that we as friends in New England make space at the table in our meeting houses and in our worship groups for people of all ages to be spiritually fed. And we're going to be exploring this topic by drawing on some special videos and stories and activities that were designed by Emily Provance, who is a New York friend and traveling minister and blogger who has been walking with numerous meetings and friends groups as they've wrestled with multi-age inclusion and questions about how to really make space for everyone in our Quaker meetings. It's great stuff. So now let me explain the thing. So the thing is a hybrid webinar series, by which I mean it's not just a webinar series where it's an online course and individuals log on and maybe listen to someone present and maybe chat and make questions. It is that, but the hybrid part is that we're asking people to not sign up just as individuals, but as teams from your local meeting or worship group. And we'd really love it if your team, which means at least 2 people, if you can gather at least some of the time physically in the same space. So maybe that's your living room or your apartment or your meeting house. And during the evenings that we gather together, there'll be 5 of them, one on each topic, you'll have the opportunity to turn in your small group, your team from your meeting, and talk about how these concepts not just apply in your mind to your own experience, but can apply to what happens at your meeting or your worship group that week or that month. So this is an opportunity not just to learn about multi-age inclusion, but to bring the work of multi-age inclusion to your community in a small group. So if you're someone who's totally new to multi-age inclusion and it's making you a little bit nervous, maybe consider signing up. If you're someone who's been holding this concern for multi-age inclusion for a while and you'd love to find more partners at your meeting in the work, maybe this is just the opportunity you're looking for to engage a new group about this really important topic. So I invite you to consider if you're led to register for this opportunity, and I will leave you now with a little video where Emily Provance is talking some about what led her to multi-age inclusion work.
Hey friends, my name is Emily Provance and my Quaker meeting is 15th Street, which is in New York Yearly Meeting. The work that I'm doing has to do with multi-age inclusion, and I first started thinking about this idea when I realized that as a friend who's on the younger end of the spectrum, although I'm really not all that young anymore, I used to get asked the question a lot, why are there not more young people here? I heard this question so many times, and what was interesting to me was that sometimes, honestly, people would ask the question and they didn't really want to hear the answer. They just wanted to complain about the fact that there weren't more young people in the room. But there were other times when people genuinely wanted to know, why is this the case? Why is this our condition? And I felt like there really were answers to this, and we weren't really taking enough time to explore the actual responses. So what I started doing was really looking at why might it be that there aren't more young people in the room. And this eventually turned into a blog series on multi-age inclusion that I later turned into a workshop. What I discovered along the way is that there are so many ways in which our behavior as friends just has unintended effects, and there are little things that we can change that actually make it a lot easier for younger people to be in participation with the community. And what was even more interesting to me was that I discovered that the adaptations we might make for younger people often applied also for people who were among our oldest friends, or for people who came from a different class background, or for people who came from a different racial background. And so when we're talking about the concept of multi-age inclusion, what we're really looking at is how can we form our behaviors in such a way that it makes it possible for as many people as possible to really participate fully in our communities.